Lauren's message. I'll read it out and explain it. Like I said, it'll be a little bit shorter because I don't have you on the phone, but you'll still get your message anyway. Okay, so Sandra's going to, so just give me a second while I'm writing and channeling the message for Lauren, and we'll get into it. Don't know where to fit this one in. Okay, right. Oh, we've got a winner, so we'll figure that out as well. So we'll do that as well. I'm just going to have a look. I'm going to do this is actually quite deep. So Lauren, that's why I'll explain it to you. I'll read it out for you as well. Okay, it took a little bit longer, so I had to get the wording right for you. Okay, so but yeah, so realistically, what it's saying is to Lauren, the hole left in your heart is a sign of the love that was once shared. Happiness and love will once again be in your life. Keep your head up. Okay. Love this message, quite deep. I feel like there is this slightly heavier energy around you. I feel like there is this sense of loss, but it's interesting too because this sense of loss, it happens in many ways, and what I'm picking up around and with your energy is I feel like the loss is multiple. It's not just one. So I feel like there's like 1, 2, and 3. Like it's all kind of compounded. So like sometimes we just might say this is like 2022 is the crappiest year because you might have suffered a lot of loss. And I feel like this loss, I feel like we have lost a loved one, so they've actually passed over and they've moved on to the spirit world or gone back to the spirit world. But I'm also sensing loss with people around you, and I feel like more like 1 or 2. It's interesting, they show me like either side of you, and they're like leaving your life, and all of a sudden you feel like, wow, what's this? This is mass exodus of like people that I love and care about leaving my life. Now, sometimes these things just happen, but of course when it happens, it sucks. It hurts, okay? And there's nothing you can say or do, anybody can do to make you feel better or make it easier. That's just the truth. This is something you have to go through. That's the grieving process. And grieving doesn't necessarily just mean for like losing someone and when they pass. Grieving is like losing relationships, or grieving is like having to let people go, friendships or whatever else. Sometimes you can even grieve losing the job that you've loved for so many years. Grieving can happen in any shape or form. And that's what I feel like. That's when they talk about the whole heart. Like, I feel like you're an amazing soul. I feel like you've got a lot to give, and you have that. And because it's just like it's been torn. This interesting thing, obviously, because it's like I get 1, 2, and then 3. And what this means is the people on either side of you, and like over the top, this is the spirit world. So someone's leaving you to the spirit world. When we have a person either side, this usually talks about someone much, much closer to you in terms of family, okay? And then the other side is referencing to someone not so close. So this could be but still close to you, but like friends or co-workers where you might have had a close relationship and it's kind of part of. So this means there's just this weird energy of like a lot of loss, a lot of movement in your life in that way, and it does hurt. And like you're just gonna have to be kind to yourself. You're just going to have to take the time with this and kind of just process it. And the whole thing is, you got to remember when these things happen, they do happen for a reason. They do hurt, doesn't stop that. You may not want to hear it, but I have to tell you. But when I'm looking at this, and it feels hard and it hurts when they leave, but what I do love about this is it's actually creating this space for this amazing new phase or section of your life. And I feel like, you know, it's getting ready to kick in for you. So sometimes we have to have a clearing before the regrowth can happen. Okay, it's a terrible metaphor, but I want to go with the bushfire. And you know, when things are overgrown or whatever else, but the bushfire will just run rampant and it burns everything, and we just have all this loss. But from the ashes comes the brightest and brightest of green and new life. And it reminds us that it doesn't just stop there. There is a regrowth, there is a new growth that comes through, and it gets a chance to reset itself. And I feel like this is what's important for you, and that's what they're kind of leading me to know for you. There's a whole new reset, and I feel like it's leading into the new year. You might be one of those people very much going, oh my God, I can't wait for like January 1. Let's start a whole new year. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, considering what's going on, but that's what I'm feeling for you. But just remember, this is you know, temporary. This is not a fixed thing. The hurt is real, absolutely, but it won't stay this way, you know, forever. And especially if you are mindful of that and you don't keep yourself in the grief and in that sadness state, it definitely will only be temporary. So I want you to be mindful of yourself, take your time for yourself. There's no rush, you don't have to brush it off, but it's really important to be kind to yourself, but also know that it's moving on and there's much, much greater things for you on the other side of that. What I love about that is I feel like there's a big message for a lot of people that can relate to it. So Lauren, that's one's for you, that will be on its way. And of course you can, hopefully you're watching, or you can come back and watch the replay, because I meant to talk to you, but obviously it was not meant to be, but the message is still there for you anyway. Okay, so hopefully you understand that, and I really do wish you the best with it, and just be kind, and it's good stuff, better stuff is coming. All right, so bear with it.